Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be watching the second episode of the first season of the ETERNAUT. Now, I wanted to thank you very much for all your comments and all of your support. It really helped me a lot understanding this series a bit better. I got a little bit more context, and thanks to you also and for your recommendation, I watched the first episode again. And I realized I did miss quite a few things, and I'm guessing it's because I have a light right here. I have a window on this side, so all of this is just like shadows, so I have to have like a ring light on this side, and it can be a little bit too bright, so I'm guessing that's why I was a little bit distracted, because it just shines right into my face. So I pulled it back a little bit. Hopefully it will still like provide me with a little bit more light, so this side won't be all shadows, but I will be able to pay more attention to the show. And again, if anything happens, I will just watch it again. And I was thinking in doing some analysis on the series, because also the comments were mentioning that if I am a writer, then I should talk a little bit more about the series in that context. And obviously I think that is quite right, so I'm going to start this video with a little bit of that, not such an in-depth analysis of the first episode. I think I need a little bit more context to go off and just talk more about the story, but some of the few things that I noticed were like the way that it started, because we get to know the characters, right? But when we start with them, not a lot of things are happening. So I think the show wanted to start with something that was going to grab your attention, and that is the girls in the boat. And again, I mentioned it a few times during my reaction, but I had to cut a lot of things out. Actually, it was another thing that I wanted to mention, because Netflix has a thing with copyright. I think all of the platforms do that, where you can only use certain clips of their content, and I have no problem with that, but it did flag me quite a few clips that I had on my video, and I actually had to edit it like 3 times to have it right. So I said a few things in my first video that I had to delete. So I'm expecting that it might happen again. It will be happening again. So I will have to be deleting some stuff, but hopefully by the end, when I won't be using any other of their clips, I will be able to remember and comment on the things that I saw that I thought were important. But anyway, as I was saying, the show needed to like grab your attention, right? Because if we started with just the main guys, it might be a little bit boring or just like filled with questions. So we kind of got those answered a little bit in the beginning, when we see the girls in the boat and one of them gets trapped inside. She goes inside. I don't remember exactly what she wanted to do, but it was something to do with the wind. The wind actually locks her in, and that's what ends up saving her, and she gets to see through a window her friends and how they die. And so we kind of get this idea of what is about to happen, about this event that really we don't have a lot of answers to, but we know now that it's deadly, and we get that in like the first 5 minutes of the show. And like I mentioned, we get a lot of scenes that we are seeing through windows. So it's kind of like voyeuristic, like it really reminds us we are just a viewer, and that is their lives, that is what is happening to them, and we are just here to watch them go through this journey. So that intro, I think, was a really good idea. I don't know about the comic strip that this is based off. I might read it sometime, maybe after I finish watching the show, because also a lot of people told me that it is worth watching and it is worth finishing. So I think I will be doing that. I started paying more attention to the characters and the way they talk, the way they communicate. I do find them a little bit similar, and maybe that's because they are friends, so they gotta have some similarities to them. They are different in their own way, but yes, they are a little bit similar. So I was having kind of a difficult time separating them, and getting to know them and actually like remembering who they are and who said what. But now that I watched it for a second time, I think it is going to be a little bit easier. Also, I liked the way that they realized it was dangerous to go outside. Again, I missed that on my first watch because Anna, I believe is her name, she was watching through the window and she actually saw this delivery girl. Again, I forgot her name. I'm going to start remembering them as I keep watching. But she was talking to Vicente, I believe is his name. And I didn't get that the first time, and so that's when he told her that she could go into the garage and fix her bicycle. And again, I missed that the first time. And also Anna at the same time saw Vicente fall on the floor outside of her window, and she practically saw him die. And that's why, and when they see like the snow and everything, they are like, there must be something dangerous outside, because they can see like more people that have lost their lives, and that's why they are reluctant now to go out. And I just missed that. And also Russo leaves and they are already like very scared. They are very wary of what might be like happening outside. And when he goes outside, because he's very worried about his family, right? He just wants to go back home, but he dies immediately. Again, I think it takes them like 4 to 6 seconds to die. Like it's really, really fast. And so he dies, and it's just confirmation that they can't leave that house. Like something is definitely happening, and they at first think it's asbestos, and it's actually something that saved their lives because it was on the news, and they just happened to be watching that at the right time. I believe that if they haven't watched that, more of them might have wanted to go outside. They wouldn't have been so scared like they were, and more of them would have died. But because they watched that news and they saw the thing like in the air, they weren't quite sure what it was. They called it that they might have been ashes. But again, they were scared anyway. But one of them was even more scared, Russo, and he was like, no, I need to leave. And when nobody was paying attention, that was very frustrating, but it happens. They were just talking. He left. Again, they watched him die. And yes, now they are like, okay, we cannot leave. They start getting scared again because of their families, because they were visiting their friend. So most of them don't live there. Like just 3 people live there, including Vicente. That was pretty much just working there, but you know what I mean. And they are all very worried about their families, and they have no way to contact them. So that was like to add tension, and we don't know these people, right? We only care about their families because we are supposed to care about the main characters. I don't think I am there yet. I don't think I care about the main characters just as much as I should. Maybe it will come later on as the story progresses. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know if Juan, I believe is the name of the protagonist, is going to make it home, or if he's going to come back to his friends. I believe we are going to see them again. I don't know, I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Like he said, he has to walk about 6 kilometers, which is not that far, but in those conditions, we don't know how long the mask is going to work or function. We don't know what he's going to find, or the obstacles he's going to have to go through to get to his house, or I believe it was the house of his ex-wife. I think he mentioned they are separated. So like, I don't know what's going to happen, what we're going to see. But yes, I am definitely more excited than the first time, because again, I got to understand the story a little bit better. So I think that's all I got to say for now. It was definitely a slow build. I usually have no issues with that. My main issue usually with stories, because there are 3 things that I care about, and that is characters first, plot second, and world building third. Like all of them are very, very important to me, but that's kind of the order of things that I myself personally care about. And this time I was having a little bit of difficulty relating to the characters, maybe because they are male and they are much older than me, so I didn't find a lot of things that I could relate with them, so it was a little bit hard. So I need to get to know them a little bit more or at least the main character, to care about everything else. But right now I think we're going to get to see a little bit more of the state of the world. Well, not the world, but the country they're in, that is Argentina. So I'm very interested in that. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. And now we finally are going to start checking out the second episode of the ETERNAUT. Thank you again for all the comments. Thank you for sticking with me, and let's just keep watching. Okay, we're getting new characters. Everyone is just like, again, it was just very hot, and they keep showing that it was really hot, and then the temperature changed completely to very cold. Wait, like one of those people are going to be Juan's family? Maybe? I don't know. Is that a dog? Oh, the light went out. Okay. Oh shit, a car. Oh fuck. Oh damn it, but what happened so... That happened so fast. What do you mean they don't know where the old lady is? Oh my god, where is the dog? Oh shit, he's hurt. So that was instant, and it was very scary because they were all together and they were just having a meeting, like a very normal thing. Then the light went out and the car immediately stopped working, and it just crashed against them. Like, I don't know who got hit. Like, they're saying the old lady is missing and the dog. So now we're checking in on Juan, and we are getting to see like all the people outside. Usually in shows like this, something does work, something like, aside from phones and computers and stuff like that, but maybe a radio or something, so they might still have a way to like communicate with each other. I think I heard a dog, but also like it was shown to us that every animal outside was also killed. It's not a dog, someone is whistling, like someone is calling to him. Now they taped the windows just for safety. Okay, I'm glad that we still get to see them and what they are doing. They have a fire going on now because it was very cold. Someone is snoring. Oh, he's just by the window with the gun. He's very paranoid. Oh yeah, they said they can use the water. They said that in the first episode. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that was yesterday. I wonder if they boil the water, will that make it safe? I don't know if it's actually poisoned or not. Yeah, it's like, you don't go to buy stuff. You just need to get supplies. You don't have to pay for that. The world is freaking ending. Again, someone is calling to him, but he keeps walking and the sound is just as loud. So what is going on? Is someone following him? Oh shit, there's someone standing there. Yeah, just run. Just try to move as fast as you can. The scenery and the effect, it just looks so good. Oh, he does have a map. Like, it's his city, but in those circumstances and how everything looks, I completely understand that he needs one, and it was a really good idea to take one with him. The joke. I wonder why people don't like him still. Like, I get he's not part of their friend group, but why don't they like him? Yeah, it's like they both are the odd ones out. Oh shit, he was at the park. He must be dead. I mean, he could still be alive, but by what she's saying, he probably is dead. Exactly, things can just change in a second. Like, your plans don't matter. The race. He won in a race, and the other guy was talking about the apartment or something like that, and that also it's gone. How can you not think about the past and everything you've lost? They will need to guess that you are survivors and that you are in that house and that you have supplies. I think that would be the main reasons why anyone will want to enter that place for supplies, but like all the food and everything else must still be intact inside of malls and stuff. Although people must be stuck inside shopping malls, so they got supplies. They are, I think, the ones that are the most in danger. the one, like the people trapped in those kind of places, like where are things that other people need to survive, and they will be willing to fight to the death to get them. Say yes to enjoying the ride. Say no to viruses and bacteria. That's kind of funny. I know it's a little bit dark, but it's dark humor. Is he still being followed? I wonder, like I cannot hear the whistle anymore, but I do wonder. Oh, there are people inside. Shit, like there's a whole compartment. He cannot do anything for them though. They just need to stay inside. Yeah, help, he cannot do anything. It's just the one guy. He's not going to take off his mask. And he isn't even saying anything exactly. He cannot take it off. That's gotta be really like scary, like for them, like that's the only guy they've seen that is still alive, and for him that he cannot help. He cannot do like really anything for them. Not yet anyway. One. He's going to give them one. Oh my god, they're fighting over it. It's just been 6 hours. Imagine it's been like days. What they will do. He needs to leave. Yeah, he cannot do anything if he stays there. He needs to go and get help. If he even finds it. Just to stay there. Just to stay there. Like, I get it. You're scared, but there's nothing else you can do. Why are they showing her especially? Like, I don't know. She might be... Ooh, what? I need to stop doing this with my earphones. I think she's going to make it because they are focusing on her a little bit more than the others. Oh, so she is good with an arm. That is good. Like, they are lucky that she's there. What is that? What? Where did that come from? Yeah, he wouldn't do that. Like, he cares. Like, they don't know her, but she is alive and she is in their care anyway. So he is going out to the police station. Oh, the light on the bicycle. Yes, like I said, there must be things that still work, especially because that doesn't rely on electricity. It's another type of mechanism completely. Please don't break it. Like, I'm assuming he knows what he's doing, but I don't want him to break it. What? That is working. But how much power does it have? Can it actually run a car? Like, that is very good news. Like, I'm glad they found a way. Oh wait, that is the car that crashed into the apartment, so it is where he was going, so that is where his family is. So I was right. And you can see that guy said he was like very, very close to the door. Oh, the doggy is dead. And why is he wearing a helmet? Wait, what happened? Were they running experiments on the dog? Like, it looks like they dressed him up to see if he will survive with the helmet, and he didn't. Like, the dog died. That is smart but very cruel at the same time. I don't like that. I don't like whoever came up with that. I'm guessing they told everyone else that lived there that they shouldn't leave and that they shouldn't open the windows or anything. Like, they know. Oh, there's water. A lot of people are praying. I believe they will see it as like maybe some kind of punishment if they are religious or something. I don't know. Will there be like new cults if enough people survive and do, or because everything that has happened, will new cults be formed around this like new lifestyle? So that is his house or the house of his ex-wife. It looks very empty, but I'm also guessing like different people, if they know each other, will remain in the same place together for safety. So I don't know, like they might be there. Wait, someone is there. Oh, she is with them then. They are together. Yeah, like that will be reasonable. What is the snow? Oh, it's on his hand. That is not good at all. Where did that come from? From his... like, what happened? It's not killing him though. Yeah, she's supposed to be there. What is happening with the water? Wait, what? Whose hand is that? Why is she dead? It was because of the dog. She was alive and she saw them do that to her dog and they killed him. That was so unfair. Oh, the daughter was outside. She's 17, she's not that young. So now he has to find her. She did send that to him. Yeah, exactly. They couldn't have known, but now they don't know the address. They don't know where she is. Who is she? I wonder what she is, like her job. Yeah, like it's gonna be very hard on everyone. And I feel really, really bad for that lady that lost her dog. That was very unfair because that was planned. And those were the people that she knew, that she lived with. Not like, you know, in the same apartment, but in the same complex. Wait, where did he leave the suit? He cannot leave it just anywhere. He needs to save it. It is literally life-saving. Oh, everyone is just outside. He needs... Damn it, if he tells them about the suit, they might want to steal it from him. They are dangerous. And they cannot be trusted. Like people, whenever they are desperate, they don't think rationally anymore. They cannot know about the suit. They're asking about the mask. Shit. No, don't do that. Don't show. Just run. Just... damn it, they can't run. He needs to dress up. Shit. Yeah. That was good. That was smart. The gun. Yes. I'm so glad he took it. There is a lot of people and that is very scary. A dead arm. Just a reminder that it is very dangerous. Not only outside but inside as well now. The desperation is just very, very dangerous. Who's that? Is that the guy that was following him? Oh, the fireman. It was one of the firemen that was following him? Yeah, they need to get out. Like things get very creepy very quickly, and that is thanks to other people. Like not just because of what is happening outside, because now the temperature, the toxicity in the air, but because of the other people. We are all bald. That was funny, they are all bald. I'm sorry. I like it that they are adding some humor to it. It's just like a good balance, I think. I hope they stay there. I hope they stay there and die. Not all of them, but damn it, I don't like them. And just very cold. Yeah, I don't blame him for shooting them. I don't. What about him? What about the map? What about him? Oh no, please don't kill him. I don't think they'll kill him. But they might like restrain him or lock him somewhere because they are going to break the door. But she didn't get the backpack or the map. She needs that. What is he going to do? What is he going to do with that plastic bag? Damn it. How long can you breathe in that? Like a minute or so? You cannot breathe with just a plastic bag in your face. You're going to choke. You're going to asphyxiate, actually, that is the right term. He should be like losing his breath right now. He needs to find something fast. Maybe the fireman will help him. He needs something else. Like he should be dead right now. Oh, yeah. Just keep going. I bet someone is going to save him. Yeah, Someone saved him. Wait, what? Where is he? There's... What? The snow is falling on him. What is happening? How did he end up in there? Wait, what? Oh, is he hallucinating? Was that a dream? That was so weird. Like, did that actually happen? Or it was just all a dream? What is it? Hi. Oh, and their car is working. Like, duh, it took me long enough. They are the firemen. I knew it. Yeah, she needed to be near so they could find him in time. The old ones work. Yeah, not every car is the same. That is good. Now they know how they can move around. Kind of. They will have to go like over people, but you know. The lights against the dark background was very, very interesting shot. What is that? Excuse me, what is that? Meteors? What is happening? Okay, so I just finished it and we were just from something else. What was that? Were those like meteors? They were heading straight into Earth, or they were just passing by? Like, what is happening? So now I believe something else is targeting Earth, because those are way too many things to be happening at once. Like, again, the temperature, the air being toxic, or the snow being toxic. Like, it could be either one of those. The electricity just being out, and now the meteors. What is happening? Like, maybe something like it's kind of reminding me of War of the Worlds and the Fifth Wave. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was a movie based on a book. They weren't very good, but yes, it's about this race of aliens that are targeting Earth, and they are sending waves of destruction to finish the people living in it, so they could I don't know if they wanted to live there or just get whatever resources from the planet. But yes, there were like some things after the others, and all of them were designed to kill the people in Earth and pretty much most of the life in it. So I'm guessing it's something like that, because that is way too much. Like, I wasn't expecting that at all. I just thought it was like the first part, like the first things that we saw, and I still didn't have like an explanation for it, because they seemed like very different things to be happening at the same time that weren't really necessarily tied together. And now we have yet another thing, like a fourth thing, and I'm kind of scared. But most of all, I'm scared of the people. Like, in all of these shows and movies and everything where we are faced with this scenario where most people are dying for whatever reason, the ones that are left behind are the most scary ones, because some of them will do anything to survive, and they will put other people's lives at risk just for their own sake. And like we saw in the apartment, like at first I was like I wasn't worried about that, because they were like working on something, they were trying to fix something. So I was like, okay, they are working together. And when Juan couldn't find his ex-wife, I wasn't worried. I was like, they should be like in a tight group. Like, I thought they will be spreading the information of what is going on, especially the people downstairs that witnessed the car crash and how the guy died, and the air being toxic, and they experimenting on the dog, which again, I hated it. I said it before, I don't know if I can keep that part, because again, I need to cut it out. Some things I need to cut out because of the copyright issue. So I thought that was very, very vile, very cruel to just sacrifice a dog just to see if a helmet could work. It wouldn't fit the dog. It was too big and air can go through. Like, it wouldn't, like, it was so selfish and so evil. Like, there was no way it was going to work. They knew the dog was going to die, and because of that, the old lady just ended her own life because she was very, very sad for the loss of her pet, and because the people that she knew and she lived with betrayed her. So that's gotta be like, you know, like you cannot feel safe in a place like that. And she might have seen other things we haven't. And now we know they are very brutal and they don't care about others. Like they were very, very ready to fight Juan for the mask because they were like, how did you get here? Like, what were you doing outside? Are you immune? And they reached the conclusion that he must have been wearing a mask, and they were very ready to take it off of him. And they might have their reasons. I did mention they were scared and they were running out of water and they were going to run out of food and everything else. So yes, they have the right to be scared. But that makes them very, very dangerous. And there was also shown that they didn't have like regard for other people's lives. They got violent very, very quickly. So it was very scary. Like at first I was like, they must be together, they are just figuring things out. And then everything turned the other way really, really fast, and they quickly became the enemy. And I was like, okay, you need to run out of there. But they can't because they had to dress up. Like I was going to leave, but I was like, if he leaves his wife behind, they are going to treat her very badly. They are going to want to extract information from her, even though at that point she didn't know exactly what was happening and where did Juan get his suit and the mask. They wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't. They just wanted answers, and they would have tortured her even. So I don't know, like they both needed to get out of there, but again, they needed time to suit up. And at first I thought he was going to stay there while he gave the mask to his wife, and I thought like we were going to follow just her now because she was going to go and find their daughter. But he followed suit once they broke the door. Like the neighbors, they were like, again, very sadistic. I didn't like that at all. But that is very believable, sadly. Like people turned like that very, very fast. So anyway, when he took the garbage like bag, the plastic bag, I was like, oh no. Like I really thought he was going to put it on his head, or he was going to try to suffocate someone else. Those were my thoughts. And when he put it on himself, he threw like the little thing, I don't remember the name, at the window and broke it. Like everyone ran because they were scared of the wind, and yes, because it will kill them. And he just like stood up, like put the thing on again, but just over the plastic bag. Like he lived a lot longer than I thought he would, because you cannot breathe through that. Like obviously that was the reason why he put it on, but again, he was going to run out of oxygen. So it was either stay there and be trapped with them, which was very, very, very bad. Like maybe he would have died anyway, but not before being tortured, I believe, for, you know, like answers and the mask, even though he wouldn't have it at that point because now it was on his wife. But he would have suffered and maybe he would have died. So he chose to live. Like honestly, I would have chose the same thing, honestly. And you don't think straight, because I think if he have had more time to think about it, he wouldn't just like do that. Like he knew he was going to die, right? Like there's no way you can breathe through that. But in that moment of fear and desperation, he did that. He did the unthinkable, broke the window and jumped out, even though he knew he was going to suffocate. And maybe he was hoping that he will find someplace else that was safe where he could breathe. And maybe it was a lack of oxygen, like his brain started to like die for a little bit until the firemen found him. Like I knew they were going to do that. Like at first I didn't know who that was, like the one that was following him, and then we were shown that they were firemen, and I was a little bit doubtful of their intentions because they weren't trying to help anyone or anything. And I thought, okay, maybe they are just assessing the situation because they are used to very, very stressful scenarios, and they are used to seeing people being like that, like very distressed, very scared. So maybe they were like, we are not going to put our lives on the line before we get a grasp of what is going on and what we can actually do. So the wife found them. Claudia, I believe her name, found them, or they found her. They were very close because they were following him. They were following Juan. So they ran into the wife and they went to save him, and it was very quickly, which I'm glad, because he would have died maybe in a few minutes or so, maybe even less. And so he hallucinated that he was stopped in this kind of hole and the snow was falling on him, but yet he was alive. And then he saw other weird things happening. Maybe they could be like some flashes of the future, because now, I don't know, it's turning a little bit more sci-fi than I thought. Because again, now I'm thinking that maybe aliens are involved in this, because again, all of the things are happening at the same time. So I like the pacing in this a little bit better. I like that we got to see the other people back at the house, Tano's house still, and what they were doing, and that they figured out the light thing too. And they got this battery running and they could listen to music, so they can find other uses for it. And now we know also that some of the cars are still working, so that is good. I'm scared again for other people. I still think that the people that are in more danger are the ones that are in places where you can find water and food, and like stores and stuff like that, and malls, because they will have all those things and they can survive for quite a while. But other people that know about those places are going to go there looking for those things, and they are going to be very brutal, maybe because it is their life on the line, and everyone is pretty much just seeing for themselves. And I wonder, I think so, that the next step is also going to be like saving the people at the train, like at the metro. I don't know exactly what it was, the ones that were trapped like at this very small place. So they have to go back to Tano's house. They have to find their daughter Juan and Claudia, I believe. Again, I don't remember her name very well. They have to find the daughter, and they have to save the people at the train, and maybe other people that they find along the way. So yes, this was more interesting than before. I got to pay more attention than I did the first time. Again, I don't know, maybe it was the light that was distracting me, or maybe I was just jumping into conclusions, and because of that, because of those thoughts, I wasn't paying enough attention to what was actually happening in front of me. So I did like this episode. I do think it's better than the first one, regardless like of my attention span, and I am going to keep going. Again, a lot of people in the comments told me that it gets better, especially chapter 4, so I'm going to be on the look for that one. I'm getting excited actually, and that is very cool. Again, the pacing got better, the characters, I started to get to know them a little bit better, especially Juan. I liked that he was a little bit selfish. He looked at his rations and he thought about it, and he thought about himself and his own life, and still he was like, okay, I'm going to still give them something, and he gave them water. It was just the one, he had two, but again, I get it, like it will be very, very risky and honestly a little bit dumb to give them all of your rations, even just your water, because you don't know when you're going to need it. So, and it could have been his family that needed that water, so he made the right choice. He still helped, putting himself at risk, because he didn't know, like we were hoping, I was hoping that he will make it to where his family was, but you don't know that, and still he decided to help. And that was very smart, and I was right that the building that we saw at the beginning was where his family was. I was thinking this is being shown to us for a reason, and that's what I thought it was, and I was right. It is very sad that their daughter wasn't there, but at the same time it's given us another mission, something else to do and something else to hope for, that she is going to be safe. And it's my belief that maybe the third episode is going to start with her and what happened with her while she was at her friend's. So I think that's the character that we're going to be introduced to in the next chapter, and like what happened there. So I'm excited about it, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. The story is interesting, the pacing is interesting. We still have many things to go through, and yeah, I'm liking it, and I can't wait for the next episode. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and bye.